Hey guys, it's Drea. It's time for another quick and dirty video. This one is all about Nars. These are my top 4 favorites from Nars, plus a bonus one that is no longer in my collection, but I still love it, which is why I wanted to toss it in here. Going through my collection, it was pretty easy to figure out what was my favorite. There's a lot of things that I haven't tried from Nars. Like, I haven't tried a lot of their foundations, for example, or like eye primer. Lipsticks, I've only tried a couple. So there's a lot of things I haven't tried, but the things that I have tried, I have very solid opinions on. Firstly, we can't, I don't think, talk about Nars without talking about blush. I'm going to be doing a blush collection video soon, probably even filming it today, where I'm going to swatch everything in my collection. But Nars like takes up a good chunk of what's in my collection. When I did my declutter, I feel like I don't think I decluttered anything from Nars really, because they just do blush so well. So today I was wearing something else, and then I put this on top of it. This is one of the special edition ones from not last holiday, the holiday before. This is from the Sarah Moon collection. This is called Impudique. I don't know if it's part of their permanent line anymore, but this is what I'm wearing today. One thing about Nars blushes is they can be like a little bit of a learning curve to learn how to work with some of them. Like, sometimes they are so pigmented that you can go super overboard. Like, even with this, when I first put it on, I was like, whoa, and I tapped my brush off first. So you have to kind of like have a light hand a lot of the time, but they always last so long on the cheeks. They always look so nice. They do blend out really well. This one here is so nice. This was the VIB Rouge gift one year. It's Galoo, and it's just like a really beautiful, like neutral matte shade. I also have Orgasm, which this was like a 100-point perk at one point. I've had Orgasm in and out of my collection over the years. It's just that peachy gold that everybody really loves right there. This one here is Dolce Vita, which I always bust out in the fall. It's such a like a deep mauvey purple. There it is right there. And then the last one I have is Bumpy Ride, which is like one I really only use in the spring. It's just like a really light pink right there. That one's kind of probably the most difficult to see because it's the lightest. But Nars Blush is so beautiful. Like, they have so many colors. They're going to have something that works for you. And they are definitely worth the price. Nars just recently redid their entire eyeshadow singles. I haven't purchased any of the new ones, but one of my favorite eyeshadows of all time is this one. And I hope to God this is still available after they revamped their shadows, because this is the most gorgeous taupe ever. This is called Stud. It's just this like really beautiful metallic, little bit of a sparkle to it. All over the lid, it looks so stunning. One of my favorite single eyeshadows ever. It's so gorgeous. So I bust this out of my collection into my everyday makeup drawer quite often. And it's so easy to just put this on all over the lid, blend out the crease just a little bit, and it's just the most gorgeous look. Very flattering on a lot of different skin tones. Again, they have so many different shades in their eyeshadow collections that sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming, but I've always loved that one. I think it's like really flattering to so many different people. Speaking of eyeshadow, I have loved this palette since I bought it. It was limited edition, but I know it's still available on their website. This was my makeup use up palette for the first half of this year. This is the Nars Narsissist Loaded palette, and it's a very like neutral palette. And if you know me, you know I'm not a huge fan of neutrals usually. Like, normally I like to do something really colorful, but this is just so cohesive. The shadows perform so well. They blend, they build up. This is just such a cohesive palette. It's a really nice mixture of lots of nice mattes. Something for everybody who just wants like a go-to neutral palette, and that's what this became for me. It's like, okay, I do so much with color, with sparkle, with like rainbow stuff, but if I want just a solid, dependable neutral palette, this is what I went to for so much of the time. I mean, you can see like there's big dips in here, in here, obviously pan. Like, I've used this so much. I love that it has the really easy, like, just, you don't have to think about it, transition shades. You know, sometimes companies do things and you're like, what made you think of doing that? Because it ended up being so different than what everybody else was doing at the time, but so amazing. So last year when, you know, liquid lipstick was all the rage still, dry down formulas, like everybody was coming out with those, NARS came out with this beautiful line of gel liquid lipsticks that are not transfer proof. These are the Velvet Lip Glides. They are so wonderful. I've loved these for so long, since the day they launched, and I am all about comfort when it comes to lip color. I could care less, honestly, about lasting power. I don't love to have to reapply things a million times throughout the day, but I value comfort over lasting power all the time. And these are so wonderfully comfortable. They're so pillowy. They make your lips look juicy and wonderful. How many times have I said wonderful? I'm wearing Playpen today, which is definitely a much more like peachy nude. They have a nice little applicator, which is kind of like, it squeezes in and it's a little bit flat, so I just kind of like right across. It fits really nicely. There's that color right there, really flattering peach. I love the shine of them. You know, I like a little bit of shine usually. And then this is just a really gorgeous neutral to mauve kind of leaning color. This is called Bound. Again, really flattering on, super comfortable. I also have a red shade that I got in a mini as well. Though I would say though that the more deeper shades, because of this formula, because it does move around, it's a little bit harder to get away with those vampier shades because they will come out of your lip line if you're not careful. But these two shades in particular I think are absolutely gorgeous. They feel great on the lips. I love the way they look. They are like my top lip product from NARS for sure, and definitely in my top 5 of lip products, like from any brand. And the last thing, which I don't have in my collection, so I'm just counting it as like a bonus number 5, is the NARS Smooth and Protect Primer. I absolutely love this product. I used up my bottle of it this year, and I was in my makeup use up, and I regret that I used it up because I'm on a low buy right now and I don't want to have to go out and buy another primer right now, but I will say I'm missing it a ton. It is a smoothing primer, so it definitely fills in pores, but it's one of the best smoothing primers. It has just a very nice kind of lotiony gel-like texture, and it just fills in pores beautifully. But on top of that, it also has SPF 40, which I just love having that extra layer of SPF on my face. Can't always count on just one layer of SPF because sometimes you'll miss an area or you won't put on enough. It's hard to put on the amount of SPF that's recommended. And so getting it in like different layers on your face is just like a nice bonus, you know? So it always, like, I always felt good knowing that I also had that extra layer of SPF 40 on my face. But it was really good for not necessarily mattifying, but it definitely kept me a little bit matte because it did fill in the pores, right? So I wouldn't say it's a mattifying product, but if you have oily skin, it might actually work pretty well for you. So those are my top 4 favorite products from NARS. I hope that you are enjoying my quick and dirty series. If you are, definitely subscribe. I'd love to have you around in the future. And that's it for today. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.